Africa is not a country; it's a continent. So I don't. So with that being said, I don't know where I'm from, what country in Africa I'm from. Also, with that being said, I've been born and raised in America. So I am not black. I'm not an African American. I am an American. So I choose to be patriotic. This is my flag, red, white, and blue. I am a Negro. I'm in the Constitution. I'm a free man. So this is who I am. I am not an African American. Again, I'm not black. I'm an American. Respond to that, Brother Umar.
Thank you, Cliff.
Yes, sir. For me, the logic is completely ridiculous because America will turn 250 years old next July 4th of 2026. There's no race on earth that is younger than 250 years old. So everyone has an origin story that predates the creation of the United States. The ironic thing about black people is we're the only people who have term limits on our blackness. Chinese come from China. They've been here 10, 20 generations. They're still Chinese. Irish come from Ireland. They've been here 20, 30 generations. They're still Irish. Arabs come from Arabia. They're still Arabs after 200, 300 years. Black people are the only people who, after being in America for a certain amount of time, no longer want to be who they are and completely try to dissolve and hide themselves, within the culture of the dominant population. You will always be an African. Everybody knows you're African except us.
Very well said. Let's continue the call.
Was he serious though?
He was quite serious.
Do you realize on July the 4th of 1776, our ancestors were still enslaved by these United States? They were still milling rum. They were still caning sugar. They were still searching for indigo. So why do we celebrate Thomas Jefferson's freedom from Great Britain? Why do we celebrate slave master George Washington's independence from Great Britain? Why do we celebrate Benjamin Franklin's emancipation from Great Britain when our ancestors were still their slaves and would remain their slaves for another 89 years? From 1776 to 1865 is 89 years. From 1776 to 1865 is 89 years. From 1776 to 1865 were 89 years. And for you fancy Negroes of the Pretendian Society, and for you fancy Negroes of the Pretendian Society, who may have had an ancestor who was a part of the revolutionary Maroon Village, let us not be mistaken. They too were subject to white supremacy. They too had to battle white supremacy. They too were under treaty with the United States government. So don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Pretendians and Negropeans were all victims of the American power structure. Pretendians and Negropeans were all victims of the American power structure. Pretendians and Negropeans were all victims of the American power structure. To celebrate your slave master's freedom while you were still his slave is to validate the enslavement of African people. To celebrate the slave master's freedom while you were still his slave is to validate the enslavement of African people. Stop making excuses. I'm only celebrating being with my family. Well, it's 365 days a year. Why did you choose this day? There's no such thing as an emancipated people until you emancipate yourself from the worship of your slave master's holidays. I said there is no such thing as emancipation for a people until you emancipate yourself from the celebration of your slave master's holidays. I don't care what cookout you at. I don't care what swim party you at. I know you got the macaroni and cheese. I know you got the greens and the deviled eggs. I know you got the beef tongue and the beef ribs. I know you got the apple pie and the carrot cake. I know You got the beans and rice with the gravy. I know you can cook your ass off, but guess what, family? You're doing all that cooking and all that eating and all that swimming in the honor of your slave master's freedom while our ancestors were still their slaves. Brothers and sisters, we not free. Not only are we not free, we don't even want to be. I said, not only are we not free, we don't even want to be. I said, not only are we not free, we don't even want to be. Where's my flag? I know you didn't ask me that. I know this Negro peon did not ask me that. Let me tell you about my flag. My flag is red on the top. It is black in the middle, and it is green on the bottom. That is my flag. It is the flag of the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. It is the flag of the Pan-Africanist movement. It is the only flag universally voted on, approved, and adopted to be the flag of the African race. That's my flag. Now let me talk about your flag. It's not your flag. Because when your flag was created, you were still property of the U.S. government. How can it be your flag where you are not even considered a person? How can it be your flag where you are not even free? How can it be your flag where you are not even a citizen? How can it be your flag you are not even a human being? How can it be your flag when you had no rights? In the words of Supreme Court Chief Justice Roger B. Taney, in the words of Supreme Court Chief Justice Roger B. Taney, he said the black man has no rights. The black man has no rights that the white man is bound to respect. And you call that your flag? You need your melanin snatched, you Negro peon. Somebody snatch that Negro peon's melanin for me. Somebody please snatch that Negro peon's melanin. He called the American flag his flag when he had no rights to own it. He had no rights to hold it. He had no rights to possess it. How can you call the American flag yours? And look what we have here. A black man and his bunny holding hands as they leave the restaurant. A black man and his bunny holding hands as they leave the restaurant. Lord have mercy. We not free. We ain't free. We don't want to be free. We don't care to be free. The average American African, the average Americanized African only wants one thing. He only wants one thing. He wants to imitate the Caucasian. He wants to be accepted by the Caucasian. I said, all y'all want to do is you want the right to imitate and participate. You don't want liberation. You want imitation privileges and validation privileges. You want imitation privileges and you want validation privileges. We could have been free a long time ago. Don't tell me we still ain't free after 159 years because of the white man. Don't you tell me that. I want a revolution, brothers and sisters. A real independence. Yes, yes. And I'm telling you right now, the Ski Mask Club will be out on July 4th. If I catch any Negro celebrating his slave master's freedom. How we doing, ladies? All right, good to see you. Yes, ma'am. Appreciate you, babe. Thank you. All right, y'all. That's the beautiful African queens of Delaware. The beautiful African queens of Delaware. That's the beautiful African queens of Delaware coming through shouting out the prince. The American African nation, we are declaring independence. I'm going to work on that Declaration of Independence. If you don't want to be independent, no problem. You will be the nation of coons. We will let the government of America know that there are some Negroes who did not want to be free. They are the nation of coons. We will let Joe Biden know that there's a few million of us who don't want to be free. They are the nation of coons. But for those of us, how we doing, Baba? But for those of us who are declaring independence, we want it to be known that we shall now, herefore, and forevermore be known as the name that we choose, brothers and sisters. Revolution. July 4th, 2021. I better not catch a Negro celebrating it. July 4th, 2021, we are not playing. The Goonie Goon Goons, the Ski Mask Club, we better not see no cookouts. We better not see no celebrations. We better not see no red, white, and blue flags. I better not catch one of you coons celebrating your oppressor's freedom. I better not. I better not. I better not catch a coon on July 4th celebrating this slave master's freedom. I better not. We're not having it this year. July 4th has been banned in the black community. Effective immediately, July 4th celebrations. How we doing there, Baba? How's it going? How we doing, little brothers? I hear you. We hoping to be done by the end of the summer, and we want to do a grand opening festival, block the whole block off in early September. That's the goal. So we got 4 months. That's the goal. And then once we get the Marcus Garvey side of the street ready, we're going to get the Frederick Douglass side of the street ready. But we're going to focus on this side because it's a little less expensive, you know, a little smaller. Get the school started over here next September and then get renovating over there. We're going to get there, Baba. Just a little bit of growing pains. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. Be safe now. Yes, indeed, y'all. Yes, indeed. It's time for the American African to declare independence. We are still Africans. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What are there, 54, 55 nations in Africa? We'll be the 56. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, brothers and sisters. We talking real Juneteenth now. We talking real Juneteenth now, brothers and sisters. But I'm going to get ready to hop off the live. Make sure you donate. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit the PayPal.